Hello everybody, welcome for a new battle report. I have the pleasure to tell you that after this battle report I will be able to produce 2 new battle reports with live games, so live minis, which will be, I guess, more enjoyable for you to watch than UB battle reports. But I still think that it's quite interesting to provide you feedbacks and battle reports regarding the test I'm doing on UB, especially with the new Infernal Dwarves army book. So this list, a bit new list, I took out the Overlord to try the Prophet of Shamut, Wizard Master Occultism on the Bull of Shamut. Wanted to try out how this works. No big change regarding the Engineer General and the BSB. Decided to pay him the Pride of the Zalaman Tekash. I really like this game, this name. Basically, I wanted to try out again the wall. The wall option, I play it only once, I guess, tested only once, and I didn't have really a use of it. So I need to try again a few times this item to see if it's worth it or not. The core, no big change. Then I put back my Immortals, since I'm playing the BSB on foot. I guess it's always interesting to have the Immortal block with Bodyguard. Keeping the 21 Luga, Disciples of Luga, with Great Weapon Musician Champion, 5 Vassal Cavalry as Chaff, the Kadim Titan, and still the Infernal Engine with Rocket Battery. My opponent was playing Mino Warlord in a unit of 7 Minotaurs with Shield, Master of Druidism with the Seed of Dark Forest Binding Scroll, a BSB with Totem Bearer, 30 Mongrels with the +1 Strength Banner, 2 × 15 Wildhorn with Throwing Weapon in Ambush, 8 Hounds, 10 Mongrel Riders for the Mage Bunker, Mage and BSB actually, 15 Centaurs with Great Weapon, a unit of 6 Razortusk Earth plus 2 × 1 Razortusk Earth plus 5 Centaurs and 5 Gargoyles. So a lot of chaff possibilities in this list. Some medium units with good impact, and actually not too much sensibility to shooting in distance. No big single models, no big monsters. The Minotaur has the possibility to be within the Minos, to be a bit protected against shooting and blast, so a quite resilient beast of the army. We played Frontline Clash and had a breakthrough as a scenario, which was, I guess, a good news for my opponent. Always happy to play breakthrough when you have scoring ambush units. And I didn't took Mark of Doom because no really interesting unit to kill from distance. Again, Gravecore is not so easy to cast for with 12-inch range. So I took the Breast Weapon, Ward Save Boost, Pentagram of Pain, and Hereditary Spell. And then for Alchemy, no use of the Blast, so I took the Word of Iron and 2 × Glory of Gold, 1 × Bond Spell. My opponent took the following: the -1 to aim and close combat ability, I guess, Summer Growth, Toughness Boost, and to be within the forest. And he got as well the totems. He didn't took Hereditary. I think I made a mistake here. So what do I think about the matchup? I think he must be quite happy with the scenario, because secondary objective breakthrough is quite good for him. He has a lot of scoring unit, very mobile, and 2 ambushing scoring unit. I will struggle to face the Minostar in combat. I think it's too strong for me. My best chance could be the BSB within the Citadel Guard with the wall. He would be hitting me on 5+ rerollable, and then I would be able to strike before him probably. But I will try not to be too close to ensure that I have some counter charges, basically to give him Citadel Guard in front. If he charges, that I have good counter charges to break him. That would be the idea. My opponent has almost no range damage, so I should try to give him as less combat as possible. And of course, magic and shooting, I don't have so much juicy target. He's quite resilient. And regarding deployment, I will try to play the drop game, like I used to call it, basically to drop piece by piece and see where it goes, to create some distance between some of his impact unit and mine. Deployment, we exchanges a few drop, 1, 2, 3, 4 drop on mine side, and I don't remember exactly what he put, but for sure Razor, Centaurs, maybe Hellhound, the Hounds. And then he decided to drop everything for first turn and put the following. So here there's the unit of 6 Razortusk, the bunker with the BSB, Minostar, Gargoyle, the block of Mongrel with the Shaman, a second Pumbaa, and then the unit of 15 Great Weapon Centaurs. And then you need to remember I only deployed these units, so my thought process was the following. If I'm able to put all my scoring on this side, then basically I should be able to break through. That was also lessons learned from my game against the Dwarven that you saw in the previous battle report. But basically I would be able to create some distance between me and the Minostars. He would need to make a choice, because I would put then 2 mobile units with good impact on the left. And basically if the Minostars chooses to go straight to the right, then I will have good possibilities to threat him on the left side with 2 good units. So that was a bit my idea. And yeah, to the right, I should be able with this 4 scoring unit to break through, I guess, without too much trouble. And also, since the Great Weapon Centaurs are a bit isolated, I should be able to threat him early on and try to push in this direction and maybe get this unit. That's a bit the idea. His turn 1, he comes forward, Chaffed, Gadim Titan, and pushes a bit with the Minostars, turn the Centaurs around to move back, since I have too much unit, too much impact on this side, and move carefully forward without giving me any charge. In Magic, he tries with to put the Oaken Throne with 2 dice against 3, he's able to cast it, and then tries to put me -1 to shoot on my tank. I'm able to dispel it, and +3 toughness. He fails on the Razortusk, but he's able to put him within the forest to gain soft cover. And finally, with 2 dice, he's able to boost the charge range of the leftmost Razortusk unit. My turn 1, moving a bit forward to short within short range with the tank. Since I was able to be out of arc of the Centaurs, it was quite an interesting position for me. Here I took the charge with the slaves on the 8 dogs in the front. Basically my idea was to clean this chaff. I moved a bit behind, a bit back with both cowboys to be able to move back within my zone if needed, or to be able to move back to the left. We will see, but I wanted to be out of charge range of the Minos at the moment, but still be a threat to him. And I decided to move a bit forward my Vassal Cav, since he could come forward with throwing weapon. If I would have put them here, they would just die, because basically he would come here on the board and then throw a weapon at me, so that would be too much difficult for me. I decided to move the slaves back to protect my backline, basically to avoid him coming here with the ambush and threat my general. Just put the slave to do some cover, so to avoid him going in this corner with this scoring ambush. And basically here I left some space behind. If he wants to come on my flank, I should be able to get a charge with the Immortals. But since his breakthrough, I guess he will rather put his scoring on the left part of the board to ensure that he's able to get at least a draw on the scenario. In Magic, try to put the Soft Comet, Hereditary Spell, Dispelled, Pentagram of Pain. I was able to kill 3 guys in this unit, but I was far away from all targets, so nothing too interesting. With shooting, I was able to do 2 wounds to the Razortusk, so he's still alive. And combat, I did nothing to him. He did 1 wound to me, but he had to flee. I didn't pursue, I guess I pursue. Yeah, I pursue to try to catch him. His turn 2, he charges my Orc Slave, I flee. He charges with the Pumbaa onto the Vassal Cav with shooting in the last turn, +10 and shoot. I was not able to do the last wound. Comes forward with the Gargoyle to chaff the tank to avoid me charging into the Centaurs. Moves sideways with Centaurs, moves a bit forward with the Minostar, and moves forward with all 3 units from the left. I took the charge actually with the Razortusk. I guess this was a terrible idea, because with the failed charge, basically I had a safe corridor to flee. No panic on the bull since I'm insignificant, and the failed charge moved him within the house. Since you don't have to respect the inch when you do a failed charge, he has to come close to the house. And therefore he will be blocked 2 turns actually, because he will not be able to move out. So he needs 1 turn to reform, no musician, and then only he can move. The ambusher, one unit here on the left that you don't see, but here far left. Here the idea was to threat a bit, I guess, my slaves and possibly annoy a bit my tank and avoid me going back to my zone with the Cadin Titan maybe, so to block me a little bit, which was not bad. In Magic, let's see, it tried the Oak Control with one dice, but no, I used one dice to dispel the Oak Control. Then he tried again Oak Control with one dice, but failed. Then he put -1 to shoot on the tank and healed 1 life point on the Pumbaa, which was good for him. And then he tried to put a forest on the Gargoyle and dispel it to avoid him being steadfast, if stubborn if I charge. And then with shooting, with throwing weapon, he was able to do 5 wounds to the slaves who passed their leadership check with a 9 with no reroll. It was a bit far away with the BSB. Should have been more careful with the BSB. Close combat, I was able to do 2 wounds to him and kill him, which was fortunate for me. I have 12 attack in total, hitting on 4 of them on 3+, wounding on 6 up, and the rest on 4 up, 6 up. I was able to stick 2 wounds and kill him, so that was a bit lucky for me. He did nothing to me in return, so I should be able to charge the Gargoyle in return. He was able to pass the panic check on the Gargoyle, by the way. Okay, let's move on my turn 2, sorry. Change of colors. We had to reload the game because we played in two parts, and basically we lost everything since it was not able I was not able to, either me or my opponent, to save the game because there was a bug with UB, so we had to put some tapes everywhere to see where the unit position were and do it again, which was a bit annoying. So charges, I took the charge with the 5 Vassal Cav. I decided not to charge with the tank. I had some hesitation whether to do it or not, but afterward I thought, let's just use the tank to block the ambushers, try to take him, just make sure that with 2.5 he cannot go out of arc, and then I would be fine. That was a bit the idea. I move forward with everybody on the right, and here to the left, decided to move carefully forward. Yeah, nothing too special. I guess I failed maybe some... I'm not sure if I fail or not, the march check, but I move forward as far as possible from the minor star and everybody. I guess I could have taken a better position with the bull by coming a bit. I wanted to give a front to the ambushers and the front to this Pumbaa who can charge me. But yeah. Can he really charge me? Yeah, I guess in a straight line he was able to pass here and charge me. So I gave a flank on a 10 and a front on a 7 on him. That was a bit the idea. But I guess I should have come a bit more closer to the dog to be a bit far away from the ambushes. And then look in this direction to really threat these guys in the next turn, because at the moment they are blocked. So I should have been able to profit from this situation and to use the dogs, because as long as the dog cannot charge out, this chaff would actually chaff him, not me, since I'm flying. So yeah, that would have been much better for me. And yeah, Cadin Titan move as far as possible. Magic. So magic. Ah, yeah. I tried to rally the Orc Slave by taking the leadership of this guy, but I failed to do so, and then they had to take a rally on their own leadership on a 4, and they failed, so out of the board, unfortunately. In Magic, I'm able to put a soft comet close to this unit to threat them. Basically, if they charge me, they will be still within range of the soft comet, and if they stay here, they will still be within range. That was a bit the idea, to threat him and force a panic check to make them flee. Because basically he has a lot of scoring, but if I'm able to deal with these 2 scoring, maybe with this one with the tank, then he has only 1, 2, 3 scoring remaining who need to cross the board. So then if I'm able to annoy a bit the Centaurs, I might be able to win the scenario, since for me it will not be a problem to bring 3 of these units into his deployment node. Close combat, I'm able to kill 4 of them, he killed 1 of me. This time I had 15 attacks, 5 of them on strength 4. But everybody hitting on 4+, and I'm able to kill 4 of them. He killed 1 of me, but sticks into combat, which was on a 6 rerollable. So well done for him. Didn't expect that, and this gives the opportunity for the Centaur to countercharge and possibly kill my chaff. So he charged in. Decided to took the charge on a 7 and on 10, but failed with both. Actually, I would have been happy with him connecting with 1. Both, that's a bit dicey, but still I have 6 attack, good defense, and some stomps. But yeah, I guess I could have taken less risk by being closer to dogs, having some good charges on next turn on these units, and then basically not give a charge to this unit who has a bit of ranks. That would have been maybe better and a bit less risky with an expensive model. Decided with the -star to go now straight to the right side because I'm blocking this ambush, so he needs to bring something to basically force me to move away and not charge onto this unit, because if I charge he would just flee off the board and then basically charge my tank. That would be probably his move. And yeah, let's move on to Magic. He try again with 1 dice, your control, but fail. Then he put distracting, +1 armor save on this center unit, basically just in case I try a long charge on the next turn. And then he tried to put +3 toughness, I guess, on this unit, but failed. He tried Summer Grow. I don't remember on which unit, I guess on the Centaurs. I was able to dispel it, and my Comet didn't come down. And with the pistols, no, sorry, I'm a bit too far away. Yeah, what else? Close combat. I tried to put everything on I could, so 2 models, 6 stacks on the Gargoyle to finish him, but I was not able to kill him and he was able to kill me. So he has still a chaff alive and I lost my chaff. So this was a bad move. This is now where I realize I should have charged the chaff with the tank and then just chaff his entire line with my chaff, because I could have done the conga line, chaff everybody, no source of terror, so no problem whatsoever, and then move forward with everybody, and the tank could have cleaned the Gargoyle and forced a terror check, by the way. And this unit, I mean, at the moment I don't really care. If I could have just either still move my orcs here, and if he charge I can always flee, and then he will be more or less blocked due to his large front, so I guess there was a better move to do here. My turn 3, I move back with the tank to shoot at the minus and not take any risk of charge of minus. And here I move forward. I guess here I made the mistakes. I should have charged with the bull onto the ambushes. I don't know why I didn't charge rather than take this position. I guess the Canim Titan could have been here more or less, so to be not chargeable by the Centaurs, out of charge range probably by the Pumbas, and then I would have dealt with this scoring unit, and basically the Canim Titan would have been a threat to another part of the board. So that would have been, I guess, much better for me. So here probably wrong decision. And the rest, basically I'm moving forward, out of arc of the -star with the Lugard to threat basically Centaurs and this block. I give a front to all of them in case he charge out with the Gargoyle, and then afterwards he charge with the Centaurs. And yeah, basically that's it. I move forward with the Orc Slave, and I move a bit forward with the Immortal in case I could always move here and be a force in the coming turn. And that's it. Magic. I tried Breast Weapon, Dispel, I tried Pentagram of Pain on the Centaurs, this was Dispel as well, and then with remaining dice I put +2 armor save just to ensure he will not come into this combat, but I guess he will never come into such a combat, so I should have just put another Soft Comet here in the middle of the park maybe to threat him. That would have been much better than just do that, so yeah, a bit disappointed with this choice. And then I put all my pistols, so 14 pistols, onto the Living Gargoyle. I was not able to do the single wound which was needed, and the tank shot onto the minus but did nothing. He's turn 4. He moves a bit forward with the scoring unit, moves forward with them to threat me. Basically, if I take the charge, he will flee off the board and then counter charge, so the same process. Here the same, he moves a bit on the side and move forward with the -star, so if I charge, he flees and then charge me. So basically, I would take less points than what I would give, so not an interesting trade-off for me. And moves away with Santos and everybody. He has much more mobility than me. In Magic phase, this time he used 2 dice to cast your control. He's able to cast in. He tries to boost the charge range of the Pumbas. I'm able to dispel it. And he put, I guess, +1 armor save on the Razor Tusk, or +1 attack, not sure. and then is able to regrow 2 centers back in this unit. So here I see it will be very difficult for me to get all this scoring unit, especially at the beginning of turn 4 we decided that we will only play 5 turns. Since we didn't have a lot of time at our disposal, we decided that we would finish after turn 5. So all decisions taken after turn 4 were based on this fact. My turn 4, basically I move forward to create as much distance as possible. I failed the march check, so I just march forward and create as much distance as possible with the Pumbas. Basically my idea was to charge him on the next turn, but if I would have charged this turn, he would just have fled and then counter-charge me. So I'm just creating as much distance as possible, moved back in a safe zone with him, basically creating a counter-charge option. If he charged me with the Pumba, I could always charge him afterwards. If I'm able to stick, you never know. And here I had to sacrifice some life points of the Kadim Titan to cast spell. That's the big problem of this part of the board, and losing the slaves, so not sure that was the best idea, since upcoming combat will come. To lose 2 wounds, that's quite huge. And here basically I push forward out of arc of the Minor Star, I march away out of arc, out of charge range of the Minor Star. Decided to take no risk at the end. Move my BSB here to give reroll for the charge, for the march test, not to fail with the tank, to be able to march as far as possible. Here I'm in a way to secure my breakthrough. And I guess that's it. If I would have succeeded with the march check of the Kadim Titan, I guess there was an opportunity to threat a bit his bunker and force him to give me at least the bunker. Which would have been better, because then the bull could have deal with the ambushes and him maybe take the little unit, so would have given me the opportunity to take a bit more point, force a terror check, so that would have been probably better. Yeah, and magic, what do I have to say? I tried to boost the ward save on the Kadim Titan, but fail. With 3 dice I tried. And then I tried to put Pentagram of Pain against this guy, but I did nothing. I tried to put Breast Weapon at Kadim Titan, this was dispelled, and then I tried a Soft Comet, which failed. Shooting, I'm able to kill 1 center, and that's it, with the shot of the pistols. It's turn 5. I tried a 10 on the dice charge, but failed. Move forward a bit with everybody, nothing too relevant to say. I tried to boost a little bit them, I guess, I don't remember who exactly, yeah. My turn 5, I charge the ambushes, move forward with the bull to cast some spell, try to get half point of them and force panic check, and that was it. In magic, he used the binding scroll against breast weapon, so I was able to do Pentagram of Pain, did a couple of wounds, I guess, nothing too important. Close combat, I was able to kill them and take these points, and that's it. So I took 1 unit of Wildhorn ambushes, 1 Razor Tusk, and unit of Gargoyles. He took from me the Vassal, yeah, I was able to finish off the Gargoyle with the Lugar because he chaffed me. He took the Vassal Carve and the Slaves, which makes a 10-10 at the end. So, post-game analysis, quite happy with the counter deployment. I guess this ensured me at least a draw in an objective where I was not so confident, and I was not so happy to face the Minor Star in a frontal way. So I guess that was a good point. Then maybe I should have put the bull on the right, that would have been a safer approach, and then to push him would have been easier with the bull maybe on the right, I'm not sure. But that's the most mobile piece. But I guess any case, I should have taken a better position closer to the dog to threat him and profit from the failed charge of the Razor Tusk. And then afterwards, my turn 3, I should have charged into the combat to clean the ambushes and use the Kadim Titan in a better way. So I guess that's 2-3 moves that were not so optimal. And at the end, we had very few combat, which was better for me, I guess. They was quite dicey and turned in a strange way. First of all, yeah, the slaves doing nothing to the hounds, and then the vassal killing the Razor Tusk, the gargoyle holding against the vassals, and then surviving to the upcoming combat. And to the shooting, that was quite special, which gives the opportunity to chaff me at the end with the gargoyle and avoid me threatening either the centaurs or the block of mongrels, so to take almost no points of him. So that was it. Yeah, a bit strange, safe game. We both tried to give nothing to the opponent, so that was a good exercise. Could have done something a bit different, but still interesting to try out a new ID list and for him to play again with Bistard. Thanks a lot for watching. As I've said, upcoming battles will be live games, so I guess that would be much more interesting for you. than these UB battle reports, but I hope you still enjoy all these battle reports, and talk to you soon in a new battle report. Bye bye, see you soon on my channel.